for joining us at pretty short notice. I appreciate that. Yeah, we just
Ian's in Portugal, so
apologies that Ian's not made it. But it's just really to let everybody know that as of today, Jeff and Ian have agreed to take over Wrexham Football Club with myself. I've actually been able to secure the financial backing of a local businessman, Colin Poole. Although Colin's role will be in as a consultant for the football club, which he'll be. He's offering his time and his valuable experience from his days at Shrewsbury Town, but he's also given us the financial support to allow us to look at short-term, middle-term and long-term plans for the future of Wrexham Football Club, to try and enable us to fulfil some of our ambitions, which are long-term, to get back into the Football League, but obviously get the football club back on an even keel. Fantastic news for me personally is that we've been able to agree a deal with the manager, Dean Saunders, which is fantastic. Dean's agreed a new contract, and I hope he's looking forward to working with us in the future, because we certainly share the same ambitions in getting back into the Football League as quickly as we possibly can. And Dean seemed really happy in what we've been able to offer him.
Managers are never happy.
No,
right? They always want two more players.
I did say pretty happy. Yeah.
Reasonably happy.
So, Jeff, Dean, if you've anything to...
Well, no. From my point of view, I'm just hoping that the club can now start everybody pulling in the same direction. Hopefully, the supporters who obviously try to buy the club or try to invest in the club, hopefully take up their option to join John, and we all pull in the same direction. I feel like the team last season, the nucleus of the squad done really well, and obviously we're looking to improve. I've spent 2.5 years trying to get the club, turn the club around and get us a team that we can all be proud of, and we got close. Unfortunately in the playoffs it's a toss of a coin on the day, and in 15 minutes in the home game everything seemed to go against us, but we're close. And the main thing was I could keep most of the players that played for me last season, and obviously talking to John, I think I can get the club out of the league and out of the next league, and he thinks so as well. But obviously it does take money to do that, as well as a lot of hard work. And hopefully now we can get 2 or 3 players in that can make the difference for us. And as I said, the most important thing of all is I'm fed up of all the off the field stuff going on, and hopefully everybody can pull in the same direction for the club.
Yeah, I think Dean and I have worked very closely together the last 2.5 years, and I think he's done a fantastic job. No one really appreciates what he's done behind the scenes in terms of the football structure. He's there mowing the ground some mornings at 5 or 6 o'clock, and also, more important than that, he spends time with some of the younger players, and there's no coincidence again this year we've got a crop of young players coming through, 17-year-olds that he had the faith to put in at Luton, and who did really well for him. And I think that going forward is important. We are working very, very hard. I guess nobody more than me at the moment. We've written hundreds of letters to everybody about our Centre for Excellence. I've just come from a Premier League club now, talking to them about helping us, and so we're hoping that we may have something positive to say on that in the next week or so. But I'd like to personally thank Dean. We've worked really well together, had a bit of fun as well, and a bit of anguish, and I know that he is the man undoubtedly to take us back to where we want to be. Okay.
Yeah, just to reiterate that, because I think it's quite a valuable point. The one thing for certain is that we intend to do everything we can. We're working with the local authority in securing the racecourse for the future of football and sport in the town. That's crucial. There's no other agenda at all. It's purely about securing sport and football in particular at the racecourse. It's been here 137 years and we're 138 this year, and we're hoping that it can be here for a lot longer still. And when we talk about youth and Centre of Excellence, there have been suggestions that wasn't high on our wish list. I can rest assured, the youth and the Centre of Excellence at this football club is the lifeblood. Like in any football club that's in the lower divisions, you're dependent on making sure that the youth setup and the Centre of Excellence is run properly. And we're doing everything we can to secure the long-term future of the CFB and the youth. And as Jeff said, you know, we're talking to potential partners about helping us fund and finance that, so that we are able to maximise what we can with the young kids from the age of 8 right the way through to the youth team guys that are knocking on the door of the first team squad.
And I think this year, actually I'll just butt in there, John, if you don't mind, is that this year I think quite proudly we've had boys represent England, Ireland, Scotland and Wales. How's that for an achievement? And you know, as I said, Dean plays a big involvement. He knows all the sort of kids, 14, 15s coming up, and we've got some really good kids there. So it does play an important part.
Yeah. Guys, anybody got any questions in relation to?
Could I go into with you after?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, of course.
One, how hard has the past, year been for you personally with everything that's happened?
Terrible. And I wouldn't have been so anxious to get out had it not been for some of the... Oh, I've had some this morning already. It's almost beyond belief. And I'll show you some on my phone that I've kept, how they're going to rape my wife and burn me and all sorts of things. It's, all I've done is put a few £1 million into keeping this football club going. And eventually, over the next couple of months, as the accounts are published and the next set of accounts are published, it's there in black and white for people to see how much that Ian and I have put in. So maybe eventually people may acknowledge that. But some of what we've gone through has been dreadful.
Unacceptable.
Totally and utterly. And some of the stuff going on now about our prospective investors, including Stephanie, Stephen Cleave, John, is utterly disgraceful. Stephanie's had an incident there last week, which is just, again, beggars belief that people are allowed to get away with these things. I guess Twitter, internet and Facebook have a lot to be responsible for nowadays, but is not being pleasant at all. And I can't allow my family to be subjected to that any longer. But I am going to help Andy with the youth, and I'm going to help John as much as I possibly can over these interim couple of months, and help Dean. It's not my intention to fully go away.
But that it doesn't mean he's pulling his boots back on.
And I got a few goals,